Lights on. Pre-contact check, please. Roger.
سلام دوستان عزیز، در این ویدیو معرفی مختصر از هواپیمای C-5 کهکشان برای شما عزیزان به اشتراک میگذاریم. لطفاً کانال یوتیوب ما را دنبال کنید تا از جدیدترین هواپیماها جهان برتان معرفی نمایم. هواپیمای C-5 به اسم کهکشان مشهور است. هواپیمای حمل و نقل نظامی است که توسط شرکت لاکهید ساخته شده است. هدف از طراحی و ساخت این هواپیمای حمل محموله‌های استراتژیک در مسافت‌های بین قاره‌ای و حمل محموله‌های بزرگتر از اندازه معمول بوده است.
And over half a century later, it continues to be the workhorse of heavy transport for the U.S. military. So with all that in mind, I say we start with the most iconic feature on the C-5, right here at the nose. At first glance, the front end of the C-5 may look like a standard aircraft. A lot larger, of course, but it does have similar characteristics to other jumbo jets. However, it's not until it comes time to load the aircraft that things get interesting. To fit large, oversized cargo, you need a large, oversized opening. And to up the efficiency of both loading and offloading all of that cargo, the idea was to create two openings. Your standard aft or rear cargo door, as well as an opening right at the nose. The only problem, well, the flight deck. To solve this issue, the C-5 has a massive nose called the visor that swings open above the flight deck, allowing cargo to be accessed from the front without affecting the crew.
Alright, so I've seen this thing open and close a few times now, and it's surprisingly pretty quick. I'd say only maybe 45 seconds, a minute for the entire thing to open. Not too bad.
Just the visor alone weighs over 6,000 pounds and is 20 feet in diameter. After swinging open roughly 60 degrees and rotating into place, the crew then has two large-scale entrances allowing for what's called drive-through loading, meaning you can load cargo in the front at the same time you're loading or offloading cargo in the back. I'm here with Technical Sergeant Jose Rosado, a Loadmaster on the C-5 Super Galaxy. And Rosado, tell me about the Loadmaster position and what makes working on this thing so unique.
So the Loadmaster position, Sam, our job is to load the aircraft safely and get this cargo where it needs to go. And what makes this aircraft unique, in my opinion, is an engineering marvel, Sam. We have the visor open right now, and this aircraft can actually kneel. And when it kneels, it looks like stuff that can't fit can make it fit like a glove.
So when it comes to cargo transport, the Air Force has two other platforms, the C-17 and the C-130. How does the cargo carrying capacity of the C-5 compare to the other two?
So, Sam, the C-5 actually carries 36 pallets. That's double that of the C-17 and 6 times that of the C-130, making us the true heavyweight champion of the cargo world.
Now, if it's okay with you, I wanted to play a little game. I'm going to name off some things, and I want you to tell me if they can fit inside the C-5. We'll start out easy. Maybe we'll get a little bit harder.
All right, you have to try hard.
All right, so here we go. Up first, a school bus.
School bus, depending if it's a big school bus, maybe 3. And if it's a short bus, too many. Too many.
A helicopter.
A helicopter, all day.
Easy, right? Okay. An army tank.
An army tank, only by special request.
2 M1 Abrams, I think, right?
So I've been told.
An 18-wheeler semi-truck.
18-wheeler semi-truck? Yes.
A U.S. Navy boat.
A U.S. Navy boat? Multiple.
A NASA satellite.
We have specially modified C-5s for that as well.
A submarine.
A submarine? You can throw a subway in the submarine, Sam. We can get it all.
An 8-lane bowling alley.
8-lane bowling alley? Yeah.
A C-130.
A C-130? Take the wings off, fits like a glove.
A blue whale, the largest mammal on Earth, may I remind you.
You can throw the blue whale, the mama whale, the papa whale, Sam, it fits.
And last but not least, I have no idea where I heard this, but apparently a C-5 can hold 3.2 million tortillas. Can you confirm that?
I can't confirm that, and I don't know who wants that many tortillas, but if they order it, Sam, we can take it.
So safe to say the C-5 can literally fit anything.
Anything.
Maybe we just animals, winding up and letting go, chasing down the good life. This is what it feels like.
So I'm now inside the cargo hold of the C-5 Super Galaxy, and this area measures 19 feet wide, 13.5 feet tall, and an incredible 121 feet in length. And just to put that length into perspective, that is 1 foot longer than the entire distance the Wright brothers traveled on their first ever flight. Technology and engineering has come a long way.
Heading up the stairs near the front of the aircraft brings you to the forward upper deck. This area seats a flight crew of 6, a relief crew of 7, and room for 8 additional passengers or dignitaries depending on the specific mission. There's also a lavatory, galley area, and 2 bunk rooms with 3 beds in each so the crew can rest on long haul. The back of the C-5, these stairs allow you to access the rear upper deck, or more commonly known as the troop compartment. This area contains 75 additional seats that face backwards and can be used for additional passengers or crew. There are 2 additional lavatories back here, as well as another galley to prepare food during long flights.
Now behind these hatches is a secret passageway. And it's pretty tight, but come with me because I'm going to show you something cool. Welcome to the very top of the C-5 T-tail. I am 65 feet high right now, and if you're wondering why there's a ladder to even get up here, well, it's for maintenance. Should something break, they can come up this ladder and fix it from up here. Which, speaking of maintenance, if you look out in the distance, you'll see some massive airplane hangars. When you have one of the world's largest aircraft, you need one of the world's largest aircraft hangars. And what happens in there is arguably one of the most important missions on the C-5. So I'm going to find my way down, and then I say we go learn what it takes to fix the C-5 Super Galaxy. So right now we're standing on the wing of the massive C-5, both of which span just over 222 feet and weigh over 40,000 pounds. Now I'm joined here with Staff Sergeant Hoops. He's one of the crew chiefs on this airplane. And dude, what's it take to work on such a massive aircraft?
It takes a lot of teamwork, dedication, attention to detail, given the nature of our aircraft's mission.
Now, every aircraft in the Air Force requires a crew chief, but I imagine something like this is a lot different than an F-16 or a fighter jet. How do the two compare?
On this jet, given the nature of the size, it requires more manning. We also rely heavily on different specialties, such as avionics, jet troops, hydro, Simco, sheet metal, and aerial repair, who does a bunch of rigging jobs.
There's a lot of people to get the job done.
Sure.
Heading underneath, just like on any airplane, you'll find the landing gear, but on the C-5, it's a bit different. There are 4 sets of main landing gear called bogies, each with 6 tires, as well as a 4-wheel nose landing gear that controls the steering. That makes a total of 28 tires, each of which are 4 feet in diameter. But while the number of wheels is impressive, it makes sense. It's a large airplane. How they work, though, is a whole other. In 1974, the United States Air Force airlifted an intercontinental ballistic missile and then dropped it out the back of a C-5 Galaxy over the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The ICBM then fell through the air before kicking on its rocket in time to ascend to altitude. This was a test by the Air Force to see if it was possible or even practical to launch an ICBM out the back of a C-5. Funny enough, the Air Force proved it could be done. But operationally, to this day, it hasn't been necessary.
Right, confirm right inboard system 2. Right. On, confirm left inboard system 3. Confirm.
The C-5 Galaxy was the first transport aircraft to incorporate in-flight refueling capability as an original design feature. The ability to refuel while in the air allows the C-5 to stay airborne indefinitely, with crew endurance being the only thing that limits the aircraft's range.